Hey everybody, welcome back to Wayfarer Way. So I am right now at the Utah-Arizona border, right outside of the Monument Valley official park, I guess you could say. There's a road that wraps around it called the 163, and it goes from Cayenta down there all the way up to Mexican Hat, and I'm in the middle of that at the moment. So I'm gonna update you on what's been going on. But instead of looking at me, you get to look at that. So I'll just turn the camera around so you can get a view of everything that's this way, which is really more important than you seeing me, honestly. So here it is. And I'll put you through the barbed wire so you can get a good view. And okay, so I left a couple days ago from Colorado Springs. And what happened was it took me a little while to get everything together in the morning. And then I started driving out of Colorado Springs. I had to go across Colorado Springs. Didn't get out of Colorado Springs area until almost noon. And by the time that happened, I still had to drive all the way to Durango and started that drive. And that was a fine drive. Took me about 6, 7 hours in total. Got to Durango. And when I got to Durango, I was just beat from the whole day. Packing, getting everything together for the apartment, for the car, saying goodbye to my roommate, hitting the road, crossing town, and then eventually ending up in Durango in the evening time. And I was beat, so I got some food and I just crashed out. Started pouring rain there. And then I woke up in the morning very early, went to Starbucks, got some coffee, hit the road again, and arrived here in this area at about, I don't know, must have been about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was going to make a video yesterday, but the thing was that it was so windy here yesterday that there was just no point in making any kind of video. The wind was really whipping. Absolutely beautiful place. You could see the desert area right here and the beautiful buttes that this area is known for. And it is absolutely a stunning thing here. I am staying in this campground area that is down the road from me on the opposite side of these buttes right here. And I'm going to show you some of that a little later. I'm just kind of roaming around and just seeing what's out here and just really appreciating this unique area of the country. Then I'll go back to the campground area a little later and I'll show you what that's. Yeah, I'll show you what's going on over there. There is an amazing view of that area when you leave the campground area and take this trail back. You see this amazing view, and I'll show you guys a little bit of that later. So just to let you know what this video is going to be about, this video is going to be snapshots of the places that I'm staying at along the way to the San Francisco area. And it'll be cool. We're going to go through Utah, we're going to go through Nevada, and then through California. So in the meantime, though, I'm just going to continue driving around here for a little while and just kind of getting out of the car and looking at the views and maybe catching a trail here and there. And next time you see me, we're going to be at the campground area where I'm at, and I'll show you some of the amazing views there. So see you in a little bit. All right. So this is the campsite. I'm at campsite number 2. And there's my car, which has been an absolute soldier for this trip. I can't thank my car enough for being a little beast that it is. And over here, you see there's an outhouse right there. On the other side, there's a men's. And campground number 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the house is right over to my right, but for privacy reasons, I'm just not going to show that house. But right here is the gate. And this is the gate that leads to the path that goes out to this great view vista point. And we're going to be going there in a little bit, but this is where the campsite is. And it's just a great location. It's off the main road and it's inside the kind of inner interior of this whole area. And we're going to go back there in a little bit and you'll see the great view that it is back there. It is absolutely worth showing. It is absolutely worth visiting again. I went there yesterday, was just blown away. And now we're going to go back there later today. But this is the gate. that is the trail right there, and the view is over there. So we'll break over to go over there in a minute. So it is an amazing view, isn't it? It's definitely worth going up that pass so you can see this. I mean, it's one thing to see these in the distance, but when you're really up close to them and see the majesty of them, it's really amazing. And the other thing is, when you're an American kid growing up and you see these things in all the movies, especially the Westerns and everything, it takes on a mythical thing. And the West in America is a mythical kind of a place. Goes back into our history, into our movies, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. But I knew as a kid growing up in Connecticut that one day I'll probably will go west. And I have gone west in many ways. And going to Colorado Springs, even though I just left there, it gave me the opportunity to explore a lot of the West that I never did before because I was just living in California. But because I was living in Colorado Springs and I was driving back and forth to California to visit family and for road trips, I got to see a lot of the West that, I never thought I'd really see, such as Mount Rushmore and Little Bighorn and places like this also. So I'm just really glad to have been able to come out and see this. And I'm gonna actually just show you guys that whole view, and I'm gonna talk over everything. Over here to the left, we got this beautiful one right here also. And come back over. We see that. It's incredible. We're fighting the clouds today, which is okay. This is the way things are. You got to fight the clouds. There's nothing you can do about the weather. That is for damn sure. And the wind is okay right now. It was whipping up earlier today. In the morning, it was fine, and then it got a little hard. Early afternoon, yeah, I got a little bit hard earlier in the afternoon, and now it seems to have died down a bit. So we got that on our side at least. And you know, I left Colorado Springs to travel to Cambodia, and this is my first official stop on my trip. The first one was Durango, but I really I don't count Durango because I got there late at night and then I just slept in the car, woke up early and drove here. So I don't really count that. This is the real first stop. And this is a hell of a place to make the first stop of my destination of Cambodia. Cambodia has Siem Reap and it has Angkor Wat, but we have this here in America. And we have a lot in America. There's a lot of just absolutely beautiful, stunning nature in America. And I'm so glad I was able to see this before I leave the country. And because I just don't know when I'll come back and be able to see this again, especially because I'm selling my car. And when you sell your car in America, it's kind of tough to get around. So who knows when I'll be back here, but I'm glad I was able to see this, and I'm glad I'm able to show you guys this also. Yeah, this doesn't get old seeing this. So tomorrow I'm off. I leave here early in the morning and I'm heading up to Richfield, Utah. We're going to take the 95 interstate, I think it's called, or maybe it's just a road really. I've driven it before. It's just a road. And it's a road that's not traveled that much by people. You see a car occasionally here and there, sure, but it's nothing like a major highway at all. And we're going to drive Interstate Road 95, whatever you want to call it, through southeast Utah up to Richfield, Utah. And there's going to be a lot of beautiful scenery there too, which I'm going to show you guys. A lot of red rock, same thing as this, but different. Yeah, different. You don't get these buttes, but you get a lot of red rock and things that are kind of similar to this. But you'll see, I'll show you tomorrow. So in the meantime, I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Hey everybody. Well, today's another day and I'm driving through Utah. I'm on Route 95 going through Fry Valley up to Hanksville and then to Richfield, Utah. Route 95 is a scenic byway basically, so it's just got beautiful vista views of the Red Rock country. And the red rocks of this country area is just absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you some of it right now. You can see some of it here, and you can also see the bridge. This bridge goes over the Colorado River, and that you could see over there. Absolutely stunning out here. It's been a nice day, sunny, just windy as hell, as it was in Monument Valley for a lot of the time, but it is what it is. And, fighting the sun and fighting the clouds and trying to get some footage. But, there's a thunderstorm coming there, which is actually, that kind of looks pretty cool. So anyway, as I've been driving, I've just been thinking about how important it is to leave your home and your neighborhood and your town and your county and even your state, and just to go see what else is out there in this world, especially in this country too, because this country just has some amazing things. As I was mentioning yesterday, when I was in Monument Valley area, absolute unique formations of rock and nature and geology that we have around here. And it is definitely worth getting off the couch, getting in that car, maybe taking a little time off from work, a little vacation, and going out and seeing what this place has to offer. And I've been meeting some cool people along the way too. Some really, really cool, decent people. People from all around the country doing different things, different stories. Absolutely fantastic. So anyway, just giving you a little view of what this is about. Nice little view there of the buttes of the bridge and of the coming thunderstorm. So I'll see you at the next stop. Good morning, everybody. It's about 5:45 a.m. here in Richfield, Utah. I like to get up early, and I can make a video about that another time. But I want to get an early start, get some coffee, and just hit the road because I got a long drive today to Fallon, Nevada. I'm going to be driving the loneliest road in America, it's called, and I'll stop somewhere along the route and take a little short video so you guys can see what's going on. I arrived here yesterday late in the afternoon. It's been a long day, I got up really early, and I didn't tell you guys this yesterday, but when I was leaving the Monument Valley area and I was starting to go towards Fry's Valley, where I shot that video yesterday of me at the bridge. So on the way up there, there was this gravel road that you had to take up the side of this, one of those buttes, but really long butte. It's not the tall, thin ones that we've been seeing, but a really long version of them. And you had to drive up the side of that thing. And it was a 3 miles of gravel road. And because it was gravel, I drove 20 miles per hour. And you're going up the side of this thing, and there's just sheer drops on your right-hand side as you're driving up. So I was driving really slowly, and I know it was only 3 miles, but those 3 miles felt longer, obviously, because I was going slower. And also, I'm not good with heights. I got a thing about heights, and so it was kind of uncomfortable driving up there. And then when I finally got up there to that top, I hit paved road, and that paved road felt so good. I hit paved road in about 5-10 minutes after I started driving on this paved road, which was beautiful up there. Nobody was up there. I saw one car that entire time, but as I'm driving, I see this coyote poke its head out. And even though it saw me coming, it decided to dash across the road and get to the other side. And I had to slam on my brakes. And unfortunately, my water bottle that was in the back of my car flew forward and hit my plants. And my plants are kind of messed up now because I'm bringing my plants to my brother so that he can adopt them from me because I'm going to Cambodia and I can't bring my plants. Anyway, this coyote, I almost hit it, and it got across the street, and I continued driving. So after doing that gravel canyon climb, side of the mountain drive, and then almost hitting this coyote, my adrenaline was just going. By the time I got to Fry's Valley and I took that video of you guys, or for you guys at that bridge, I had calmed down a bit, so that was good. But it was also a long day because I haven't told you guys about this yet, but I'm also developing another channel on the side, and it is a nature ambient channel where I take a static shot of a beautiful view, and I make 3 of those shots, and so they're 20 minutes each for an hour. Then I break up each shot into 10-minute segments. So each shot is broken up in half into 10-minute segments. So you get 6 10-minute segments. I think I explained that okay. If not, I'll tell you about it later. And so in Monument Valley, I woke up really early to do a little a shot of Forrest Gump Hill. And then after that, I went over to Fry Valley to go film some more video over in that area. So by the time I saw you guys at the bridge, I already been filming a whole bunch of shots and scenes and fighting the sun and everything. So anyway, to make a long story short, by the time I got to Richfield, Utah, I was pretty beat. I was pretty tired, filming the scenes for my other channel and filming a scene for this channel and doing the gravel road drive, and the coyote almost hit, and I was spent. I was done by the time I got here. So I just went and got a little bit of food, and I went to the Walmart parking lot, and I just crashed out of my car, watched a little bit of Netflix on my phone in the back of my car, and I was done. And I got good sleep last night, actually. It was pretty damn good. So really glad that I was able to do that, get some good sleep. I woke up really early, went to Maverick, got a coffee, and now I am on my way to Fallon, Nevada. It's going to be about 7-8 hours. And then, of course, I'm going to stop along the way. So it's going to be a drive today. But I'm also crossing a time zone. So I'm going to lose an hour, gain an hour, however you want to call it. I'm going to gain an hour, basically. The clock is going to go back. So I'm going to gain an hour. So I guess that's it for this morning. And I'm going to stop somewhere along the way, and I'm going to make a little bit of a video there for you guys so you can see what the loneliest road in America is. I've driven it before by myself and with my brothers, and there's not that much out there, really. But there's a couple cool scenes, but I'll show you what's out there. So I'll see you then, and yeah, bye. Hey, everybody. So when I just left you, it was 5:45 a.m. It was still dark. The sun had not come up yet, and we were in Richfield, Utah. And I've been driving on the loneliest road in America, which is Route 50, if you ever want to do that. And it's been a beautiful day today. Sunny, blue skies, not many clouds, just a great day to drive across the Nevada desert. And here it is. It is vast. It is large. It is very, when you see other parts of the country, like where we were in Monument Valley, it's just breathtaking the way it is. But this is also very beautiful in its own way. And I'm just going to show you it, okay? So here it is. And there is a simplicity in all this. Just vast land with not much out there, but you do see the mountains. And I pulled off the road, and there's this little road right here that goes God knows where. Looks like it turns into a dirt road at some point too, so I can't even drive down there. But this is what you see on this drive, more or less. You go through these little towns and you do drive through the mountains a bit also, but it is just basically arid desert. And, and as I was driving today, I thought about, I did mention earlier in my videos about my sobriety, and I don't think about my sobriety every day because I've been sober for some years now. It is a part of my life, of course, and it is a part of me. It's just not all of me as much as it used to be when I got sober. And driving today, though, I did start thinking about it, and I did start thinking about how, man, if I had not gotten sober, what I would be doing right now, and I would definitely not be doing this. My life would be completely different. And when I think about how I was in the depths of my alcoholism and how limited my life was because it was just surrounded by that small life that alcoholism can be, it's just mind-boggling to me that this is what I'm doing now, even after all these years. I got sober and just everything changed. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on it too much. But if you guys have any questions about that, or if you want to comment down below in the comment section about anything, about even your own struggles, then I completely understand it because we all need support in our struggles, whatever they are in our lives. But just know this though, that if you do suffer from things and you do have issues that you're going through, know that there is a way out of it. Just try to find the right people to help you out because there are people out there who have gone through what you've gone through. And if you do find them, they will be able to help you. And just know that if you go through that process, which is an amazing process, on the other side of it is that freedom that you're looking for. And once you do that, you get to do whatever you want in life, just like how I am. Because I know that before I got sober, I wanted to travel. And since I gotten sober, I have traveled to many different places. And this is just another day on the road in my sobriety life. But anyway, here's a little bit of where I'm at, and I'm on my way to Fallon, and I'll shoot a little video over there, and we'll keep on going. We're on our way to Cambodia. That's where we're headed. Hey, everybody. So I made it to Fallon. It was a long day of driving. Actually, even when I got into town, which was about 2:30, 3 o'clock, I decided I needed a break from my car. So I went to go see a movie. I went to go see the new Stephen King movie, and it was not bad, really, actually. And anyway, I'm old school. I love seeing movies in the movie theater. I still think that's like the best way to really see a movie. So I'm just wrapping it up. As you can see behind me, it is sunsets, and that's it. I'm just going to kick it, watch a little Netflix, and just go to sleep and wake up tomorrow for my last day of my trip. Tomorrow's the last drive all the way to the San Francisco Bay Area, and I'll just talk to you in the morning. All right, see you then. Good morning, everybody. Today is the last day of the road trip, and at the moment I am outside of Fallon, Nevada in some little gas station RV park because I see RVs over there too. But I had to find some place that was open up early enough so that I could get coffee and I can gas up and get out of town. So today I'm going to be driving through western Nevada, going to be skirting around Lake Tahoe area. Then I'm going to drive through the eastern side of California, which is the Sierra Nevada mountain range, which is absolutely beautiful. I've done that drive 3 times now, and there's some really beautiful spots. So somewhere along that route, I will stop. I'll get out of the car, I'll turn on the camera, and I'll show you guys a little bit of what I see out there. But in the meantime, I just need to get on the road because I have a very long drive ahead of me today. So I'm going to do that, and I will see you someplace in the Sierra Nevadas. All right, see you then. Hey everybody, so it's been a couple hours since I last saw you. After I left Fallon, I drove through Nevada, then crossed the state border into California, and now I'm in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. And I saw a sign up there saying that there's a lake down here, so I figured I'd get off the main road here and just come down and see what is down there. So there's a little trail here, and let's just take a walk and see what's going on, all right? So I'm going to point this forward, the camera, and I'm going to talk from behind so you can hear me, but you can see where we're going, okay? And when I parked my car just behind me, there was one RV over there and no other cars. So I think there's going to be nobody down here. Which is cool. So, you know, when I was a kid, I grew up in Connecticut mostly. And when I was about 6 years old, I moved to this small town, very small foresty town in southwest Connecticut, about an hour and a half outside New York City. And it was filled with so many woods. It was so foresty. It was very foresty. And I used to roam around and explore as a little boy that area, and with my little brothers sometimes also. And I just absolutely loved seeing the nature and the trees and the greenness of everything. I just fell in love with that. So to this day, when I'm in an area like this is when I feel the most at home. And if I had to choose where I would like to live in for the rest of my life, it would be a foresty place like this. Now, we've seen the desert recently, and the desert's really cool to go see. That is for sure. I really enjoyed being in the desert the last, 2-3 days, such as Monument Valley and Fry Valley, but this is where my heart is, definitely. I love this stuff. And the desert is hot, but today it is very cool and chilly up here in the mountains and in the forest. So I'm enjoying the change of pace. But it's good though, you know, we're getting the hot, we're getting the desert, we're getting the cool, we're getting the forest, we're getting a little bit of everything on this trip. So that's good. I like that. So let's just see what's down here. You know, I'm not on a schedule of any kind. I don't have a boss to answer to. I don't have, excuse me. I don't have a job I got to get to. I don't have to answer to anybody at all. So therefore, I could just kind of do whatever I want as I travel to San Francisco today. So let's just go down here and see what's going on. And you can come along with me as I go do that. But that's what this, that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about freedom, finding the kind of freedom that means something to you. What is that freedom going to be? How does it look? For me, it's freedom of travel, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm finding travel, I'm finding freedom, and I'm really quite enjoying it right now. So let's just go see what's down here. Oh, there's a nice seat over here. Okay. Let's see what's over here first. Yeah, that's nice with the mountains, the trees, the rocks against the lake. And that tree with the redness all over it. Yeah, that's cool. But let's see what's over here. Yeah, it's nice up here. There's nobody up here. So I think I'm correct. I'm the only one down here. But I think we can get closer. So let's go down there. So I think the trail kind of breaks off and it goes up. But there's a trail here, it looks like. So they probably just meet. Yeah, they probably just meet. Or I could just be randomly walking into the woods right now. And God knows where I'll end up. But I'll tell you what, though. I feel way more comfortable walking into the woods randomly like this than just randomly walking into the desert. The desert, it's just a different experience. You know, you have to keep an eye out for rattlesnakes, and if you're going over rocks, but there's an area underneath them, you gotta kind of look underneath the rocks a little bit, just make sure there's no rattlesnake hiding out and keep you cool underneath there. But the forest, I think it's because I grew up in the forest really that I feel more comfortable than walking into the desert. But I mean, I know you have to be careful in the forest too. I mean, you have to look out for bears and things like that too. But I think just because of my upbringing, I definitely have more ease just walking into the woods randomly than just walking out into the desert. Oh yeah, man. I'm glad I pulled over and got out of the car here. When I woke up this morning and I was leaving Fallon, I was just concentrating on getting coffee, getting gas, making this little video for you that I did at the gas station. And I didn't realize it until I left Fallon and I was driving towards here that this is going to be my last road trip in my car. That this is going to be the last moments that I really have with my car like this. And it made me a bit sad because I've had that car for 10 years and I'm not looking forward to getting rid of it. But I know that this time has come and nothing really stays the same in life. Things always change. And we have come to that point in our relationship, my car and I. The car has served me so well. It has traveled with me everywhere. Good memories, really good memories. And it has held up like a soldier, driving all over the place. And even, especially dealing with all the door dashing, because you put a lot of stress in the car when you're doing that. So I'll always have very fond memories of that car. But it's been a good 10 years and it's time to move on. And that's it. That's how it is. So I'll get to San Francisco and I'll sell my car right before I leave. I'll give it a big hug and we will depart. We will depart. But that's just how it is. So I'm just going to enjoy my last ride with my car today. And then I'll have about a week and a half or so in San Francisco with it. And that's where our relationship will end. I like that duck just randomly scooting along. It's good to take these slow moments and just see and appreciate those things that are in front of you. And there he goes. He ducked underwater. But there's a cool tree stump over here that I want to go check out. So let's go see that. It's a petrified tree stump. This guy right here. It's really pretty. So there's one other thing I want to tell you guys, and I might as well do it now while I'm here. And before I get to the Bay Area, which is only hours away. On this road trip, I did what I've been doing for years now when I take road trips, and that is to avoid the main highways. If you don't know how to do that, besides looking at maps and planning it out yourself, you could also just go on Google Maps, and there is a button in the settings section where you could hit avoid highways, and it'll give you a route that is on the back roads of wherever you're trying to get to. And to me, that's really how one should travel. If you need to get to point A to point B quickly, and I understand that, then yeah, sure, take the highways. But if you have time, then get off the highways and take the back roads, because that's where the real meat and bones of the nation is, of wherever you live, wherever you're going. Because if you're on the highway, you're just flying down the road and you're seeing something, sure, but you're not really capturing the spirit of the journey when you're doing that, and the spirit of the places that you're traveling through. For instance, you're not going down quote unquote Main Street of these little tiny towns that you drive down through when you're on the back roads. You don't see the people of these areas. You don't see the you don't get a feel of the pulse of the areas that you're driving through. So if you really want to have a trip that has more meaning to it and has more depth and soul to it, then get off those highways, man, and take the back roads. And ever since I've done that, I've seen so much more of the areas that I've driven through than I would have if I just stayed on the highways. The highways are boring, dude, you know? Pretty lifeless. For instance, seeing this, I get to see this because I'm not on the highways. I'm taking the back roads. So, anyway, that's it for right now. I'm just going to turn this camera off and hang out here for a little while. And then I'll give you one last shot of the tree stump. Which I like that tree stump. And I will see you guys in the next part, which will be at the destination. And it'll be the last clip to end this video. All right, I'll see you then. Well, here we are, everybody. We reached the Pacific Ocean. I'm sitting at a beach right now in this small town called Pacifica, California, just south of San Francisco. And it's been a great trip. You know, we started at the foothills of the Rockies. We climbed the Rockies. We crossed the Rockies, crossed the desert, came down the Rockies, and then crossed the state of California all the way here to the ocean. So I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at right now. It's a really nice looking spot. Definitely a good spot to come visit if you ever come to the San Francisco area. As I said, this is a town of Pacifica, just south of San Francisco. It's got a nice pier, and it's just a quiet little, it's just a quiet little place, really. So anyway, it was 6 days, 5 nights on the road, 1,636 miles. And I'm just really glad that we did it and that it's also done. But the thing is, though, is that the trip is not over. This is just one leg of the trip that we did. We now have to cross this huge ocean, get on the plane, fly across this big bad bastard, and get all the way over to Cambodia. So that's going to be a trip that's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a long one. Going to leave San Francisco International Airport, fly to South Korea, fly to Bangkok, Thailand, and then fly to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So I just want to say thank you so much for being on this leg of the trip and watching this video. If you guys want to help support the channel, there are ways to do so down below. Like and subscribe and do everything else that you can, and I really greatly appreciate it. But that's about it for now. I'll just see you in the next video, and to be continued. This is just one leg of the road, and we will continue onward and upward. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.